The Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week is striking up a tune in Central Valley at Blackhawk. Coming up next on the Champ Sports Network.
When everyone else is going to sleep, I'm just getting up. Every night, in every bakery cafe, we bake fresh bread from fresh dough. Not because it's easy, but because that's what makes the best bread. And when it comes out of the oven, it smells so good. At Panera, baking is our passion. It's a craft and an art form. Real bread, fresh dough, done right. Making today better. It's a belief that fresh bread makes the difference.
Charlie Batch joining us for the broadcast of baseball. Thanks for joining us. This should be a good one. Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week here with head coach of the Blackhawk Cougars, Joe Hamilton. Joe, getting set for a very important Parkway section contest for your club.
It is. It's very important to us. Last week we were fortunate enough to win, and so I think we're gaining ground because of we're getting a running offense going when we were relying totally on the passing offense. And I think our kids played great defense, but you know what? They're working their rear ends off. They really are. We have a number of players out, a number of starters out, and so you try to cover up, and when you have a shallow team, that's hard to do. But those kids are giving everything they can this week to try and get prepared for this game. But this team, they're loaded. They have great speed and good size and obviously well coached, and so it's going to be a huge challenge for us.
If you had to call your team resilient, I think that'd be a good word for this group. Being able to bounce back and get that win under their belt, definitely some confidence building off of that.
Yeah, and to be quite frank with you, Moon Township, we actually had them, on the ropes there. And so we could have had 2 wins, but Moon came back and played very well against us. They're a good football team as well. And so we ended up losing that. So last week was huge to us. We had to win that one. And now we got that one in, and you're looking down the road all the rest of the games and what you have to do to make the playoffs. Hopefully next week we'll have all the kids back, hopefully. Maybe 1 or 2 missing, but at least we'll have more that can come back and play and give us a better chance of having a run at this playoffs.
You mentioned the running game being a key with Chandler out. He of course, out yet again this week with the concussion.
He is, yes. And you just never know when you're going to get him back. We thought we'd get him back a lot earlier than this, but he is feeling better, so maybe it'll be soon. And our tailback's out, and one tailback. So a big surprise for us has been Tim Mancini that we've been playing at other places, and he comes in. He's very athletic. He makes things happen. So you'll be seeing him more at running back tonight as well. And so that's helped us out a lot to have that one kid step up and play for us well.
One of the key cogs of your teams for decades has been the defense, and that's a huge key here tonight.
It is. And again, we're really patching it together, and that's what scares me because there's so much speed here on this team, and we don't have anything to match that. So we just have to try and contain them, not let them get to the outside. But they're a very powerful team. So I'm hoping that our young kids can stay in there and shake off the jitters and be able to play well.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Mark Lyons joins us, the Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week, getting set Central Valley at Blackhawk. Coach, hosting a Parkway Conference game, they're all important at this stage of the season.
Without question. We're excited to be home. We've been on the road, it seems like, for a couple of weeks, and another Parkway game on a Friday night. It doesn't get any better than this. Blackhawk's always a great test for us, and we want to get better this week, obviously.
What have you seen from your team throughout the first 3 weeks that you like? What are the things that you've seen that you need to work on?
The couple things I really enjoy about this football team is how they come to approach us every day. Monday and through Thursday is where we get a lot of our work done, and obviously, we come here on Friday night, but they've got a great approach about working and getting after it. If there's this thing that we need to improve, and that's okay because we're still early into this, we got to hit our stride. The biggest thing is finishing drives. We're leaving a lot of drives out there, and we just got to capitalize.
Offense is talked about across the board with you guys, but what has been most impressive is the defense. Just 6 points this season, and you'd like to continue that here tonight.
Oh, without question. I think we're athletic on that side of the ball. We have guys that enjoy playing on that side of the ball, and they get after it. They understand where they fit. I think that's the biggest key of what we're doing defensively is how they fit into each other's gap, where they need to be every play.
Blackhawk going from a passing offense now to more of a running style of offense. What do you do to adapt the game plan to that?
Well, we got to be prepared for that, obviously. They're without Chandler, and but you know what? They're well coached, and they understand what they need to do to win a football game, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to win a football game, and that's to develop a run in situational things that will put them in a great advantage.
Coach, best of luck tonight.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'll see you.
Coming to you live from Central Valley High School. Champ Sports Network welcomes you to Week 4's edition of the Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week. As tonight, the Central Valley Warriors play host to the Cougars of Blackhawk. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the WPIL's Friday night Week 4 as it's the Warriors and the Blackhawk Cougars. Joined alongside, as always, Charlie Batcha, Matt Farago, and Charlie, here we go. Week 4, this is where you start to separate the pretenders from the contenders, and here tonight we have two teams that, at least to this point, are going in different directions. Blackhawk started out 0-2. They got their first victory of the season last week, and a much-needed one at that, and one of the toughest conferences in the WPIL, this Parkway Conference. Central Valley, they're 3-0 and sitting pretty atop the conference right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at both teams, like you said, they're going in opposite directions, but I like the sense of where Blackhawk is at right now. I mean, Central Valley, yes, they are the number 2 seed, but Blackhawk is going to come here on the road. You better believe they're going to get their best from Blackhawk today. Central Valley needs to worry today.
Well, we're going to get to see the offense of Blackhawk first as Blackhawk wins the toss. They're going to keep the football away from the potent offense of Central Valley. They elected to receive the opening kickoff. So this one is teed up at the 35. David Schmidt has this one teed up for the Warriors. And we are underway from Central Valley. Great kick all the way, fielded back at the 4-yard line and had to stumble there across the 10, 15, 20. And up across the 20-yard line on the return, Timothy Mancini, a 6-foot junior, gets the return. It sets up shop first down at 10 from the 24-yard line, and that's where the Blackhawk Cougars, the biggest key here, the essential, if you will, for this one, Charlie, is going to be for Blackhawk, control the pace of this game and keep the football in possession.
They are. They're going to have to, and obviously they can't turn the football over because you are playing against a very good Central Valley team, and you can see coming out here, let's see if they can establish the run early in this ball game.
The lineup first down at 10. Quarterback for the Cougars is Tyler Engel. Engel will hand it off, and it's stacked up. A host of blue jerseys in on the stop. Trying to get it off to Brandon McKenna. McKenna is 6-foot senior, and McKenna and Mancini are going to be the two key cogs of this running attack because Blackhawk, without their Division I prospect, Chandler Kincaid, out for the second consecutive week with the concussion, and that's tough when your quarterback goes down. We saw that last week at Osh, and we see it again here in Blackhawk.
Yeah, that is tough, but the next guy in line, you have to be ready to stand up, and here's an opportunity awaiting him today.
Engel turns around and hands it off of the end around. Cody Bain gets the carry, and Bain picks up the lost yardage. It was second down and 12. Bain carries it across the 25-yard line up to the 27, so third down and 7 coming up as they pick up 5 yards in the end around the Bain.
Nice job offset play, coming around the left side. Nice job being patient right there and getting what he can, dipping it, shoulder up, getting 5 yards and put him in a manageable third down situations right here.
3rd and 7 from the 27-yard line as we have a Clock winding at 10:42 in the opening quarter of this Week 4 Panera Bread Bowl. Legal substitution against Blackhawk will, 5 steps forward and 5 back for the Cougars, and now set him back up with behind the sticks. It'll be 3rd down and 12 now.
3rd down and 12, and you have to fault the coaching staff on there. You cannot allow 12 men in the huddle. You have to be able to communicate personnel group to allow one person to come out of the huddle so you don't stand in there with 12 and give you a 5-yard penalty.
3rd down and 12 from the 23-yard line, and they'll go shotgun. Angle, the sidecar to the right. Twins here to the near side. Angle rolling to his right. Avoiding some pressure, throwing, and it's nearly picked off. Getting his paws on the football was Jaquan Pennington, a 5'8", 155-pound senior. Got his paws on the football. It falls harmlessly to the turf. But for Blackhawk, the drive will stall, and Central Valley defense an impressive 3 and out.
Nice job by Pennington there closing on the football. Quarterback didn't see him as he released the football. He came from inside out, did a nice job of putting his hands in, and he's kicking himself because he thought he had an interception, and that could have led to a 6-point defensive touchdown right there.
Instead, the punt unit out for Blackhawk. They punt the football. That one, a very short punt that will take a Blackhawk roll, and then dangerously scooped up by Central Valley at their own 42-yard line. That was Porter who scooped it up. Luckily, he was able to hang on to the football and not give Blackhawk another crack at this, but here comes this Central Valley offense. So one of the best in the WPIL when it comes to putting points on the board, and they have a short field to work with on the opening possession of tonight's game.
And this is what you want if you're playing at home on your opening possession, getting the ball inside your 50-yard line to start the game.
Nate Climo, the quarterback for Central Valley. Option play, and they give it to Jordan Whitehead, the junior. And Whitehead, of course, he's the guy that everybody is talking about. He's only a junior. They just had Robert Foster come through here, a graduate of last year here at Central Valley. Now, with Nick Saban in Alabama, your average WPL prospect that goes and plays for Alabama. But now you have Jordan Whitehead, and he's just getting as much, if not more, of the hype than Foster did a season ago.
And that's rightfully so. He worked his tail off. He had to sit behind. Obviously a quality player, Division I recruit. Here's his opportunity. He wants to prove. You want to know what? I'm ready to step in and get the job done.
High snap. Nice job by Climo to tip it down. And he's going to lose 2 yards, but Climo really saved that play. As that was destined for over his head. He was able to tap it down and only lose 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 from the 41.
Nice job. High snap there. Obviously, he was able to jump and not allow that snap to go over his head. Get what he can get back to the line of scrimmage and just live for the next down.
9 minutes to play on a running first quarter clock. A 3rd down and 8 from the 41-yard line of Blackhawk in the opening possession for Central Valley. Climo back to pass, looking out to the far side, completing the pass out to Jordan Whitehead, and quickly brought down defensively for Blackhawk. Zachary Cosson made sure all Jordan Whitehead could do was catch the football and not move even any closer to the sticks. No gain of the play. It'll be 4th down.
Big 4th down. Nice job of the Blackhawks defense coming out there, backs against the wall, starting their drive inside their 50-yard line. But way to stud up. 3 and out, forcing the punt here by Blackhawk. Hats off to defense.
So, special teams unit out for Central Valley. On 4th down and 6, they're going to give him 2 yards on that passing catch. This punt's a high kick that is going to take a bounce, and it's going to come back towards the 15-yard line, where tapped down by Ryan Robertson, a junior. Robertson wearing number 1, who that was donned by Mr. Foster last season, and a lot to live up to wearing number 1 this season for sure. But Blackhawk, great defensive stand to stay in this game and keep this game scoreless. The longer they can do that, obviously their confidence will build with that.
It will, and this is something that obviously you're going to go back and forth and jockeying, and at this point you got to figure out who's going to step up and make the first play.
Angle from the gun. Play action and keep it. They went to Mancini on a Wildcat formation and picked up 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7 and going a little change of pace, going with the Wildcat formation to try to get something offensively going.
A little change of pace there. You're trying to set up, eventually the play action pass will come out throughout this game, but they're just trying to figure out a way of establishing the run game right now.
2nd down at 7 from the 18-yard line. Angle back in at quarterback. Give it off to the fullback off the left side. That's Mancini on the carry up to the 20-yard line. Zook on the stop for Central Valley, gaining 2 yards. It will be 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Cougars at the 20-yard line.
2nd, 3rd down opportunity. Let's see what they do. Last time they used a sprint out to the right, but right now they are middle of the field, right hash, so it kind of cuts the field in half, so they won't be able to have the rollout to the right. So let's see what the Blackhawk comes up with.
3rd and 5. Go from the gun, a sidecar to the left. Pressure's coming. He'll step up and take off and try to run with it. Central Valley's there, and the containment and pressure just too much. Mancini wrapped up by Johnson, and along with rookie Zook on the play, it will be 4th down. And this defense of Central Valley, everybody talks about how Central Valley scores points. They put points on the board. Central Valley's only allowed 6 points all season to this point. One of the best in the WPIL, but it gets overlooked.
Because of offensively what they're doing, but defense wins games. Offenses, they obviously bring fans into the stadium, so this is something that Central Valley would love to continue if they could slide under the radar.
Ball came loose. Ball's on the floor. It was muffed punt, and I think Blackhawk has the football. And they're scrumming for it. And I don't know what, we still haven't got a signal from the officials. There's no doubt that that was... They just pointed both ways.
Yeah, you have what you had here. Of course, Central Valley is not going to like the call, but Blackhawk actually came up with that possession. Zachary Cosson actually was underneath the pile, recovered the football on the ground, but rolled over. That's when he got stripped, and Central Valley recovered the football. So that's why the fans here are thinking that Central Valley had the call. But that is the correct call by the officials on the field.
Absolutely. That was Stefan that muffed that punt. We talked the last time Blackhawk punted the football, they almost lost it. This time they do, and Blackhawk indeed gets another crack offensively, a little bit better field position. They start it from just outside of midfield at their own 48-yard line. And sent, going to be a false start penalty, it looks like, against the Cougars here. Delay of game penalty against the Cougars. And this is, you get a gift with the muff punt, and then Blackhawk kind of shooting themselves in the foot with the penalty that sets them behind the sticks now for a 1st down and 15.
And that's just being lazy coming out of the huddle. The shot clock is looking right in front of you, so there's no excuse by the quarterback to sit back and have a delay of game situation in that situation.
It'll be 5:52 here on the first quarter clock. No score between 1-2 Blackhawk and 3-0 Central Valley in our Panera Bread Bowl game of the week. Angle will go from the shotgun. Mancini to his left. Mancini will get the snap and will go to his left and get bottled up by the defense of Central Valley on the stop. Ryan Robertson. And it will be 2nd down coming up. Robertson. Ryan Robertson, the junior.
And you can see he did a nice job of not allowing losing penetration on the outside. Collapsed on the football. Nice job by Ryan there.
2nd down and now 18. As the clock winds from the gun again. Mancini gets the snap and will take it off the left tackle and picks up 4 yards on 2nd down and long. Up to the 44-yard line. Johnson on the stop. 3rd down and 14 coming up here for Blackhawk.
And this is something that you don't want to do. Blackhawk gets the ball, great field position. Now you're sitting here in a 3rd and 15, not being able to capitalize off of here. This is going to be a critical 3rd down just to see if they can move these chains.
From the gun once again on 3rd down and long. Mancini back to pass, throwing, got a receiver, it's Engel. Engel has the first down inside the 40-yard line, down to the 35. And how about this? Engel started at quarterback for the Cougars. Now he lines up at wide receiver and ends up catching a pass from Mancini and moving the sticks on 3rd and long.
And Mancini has to love that, because here you have a quarterback lining up in a slot position. One thing he has to do, he has to be able to learn coverages, and he was able to sit in his zone, sit down, deliver the football, and actually get the first down. Nice job.
Mancini, a junior, to Engel, a senior. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the Central Valley 35-yard line, and a delay handoff that picks up 5 on 1st down. As they gave it off to Brandon McKenna.
First by number 16, John George.
It'll pick up 5. It will be 2nd down and 5 from the 30-yard line. George on the tackle for the Warriors. And how about Blackhawk getting a little confidence on this drive, but confidence goes so far and points on the board go a lot farther.
They do. It seems like Blackhawk's been on the field the entire 1st quarter already.
2nd and 5 from the 30 of Central Valley. Mancini gets the snap, a direct handoff once again, and he'll plunge forward and pick up 4 more. Down to the 26-yard line, and just really took what the defense gave him. He dove forward and picked up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up.
And that's what you want. Just get as much as you can, because if you're Blackhawk in this situation, every down right now, you've got to be in 4-down territory right now. And if you can sit back and now inch your way to that 1st down, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to convert in this situation.
3rd and 1, under 3 to play in the opening quarter. Engel back in at quarterback. He'll get the snap and try to cut back against the grain. Has the first down to the 20-yard line. Tackle made by Anthony Williams. But meanwhile, the sticks move once again for the Cougars.
They're moving. Nice job of being patient. The play started out to the right. Everything collapsed. He cut it back. Nice pickup on the play, moving the chains.
Gain 6. Down to the 20-yard line. Blackhawks trying to sustain one of their longest drives. If you count what they got, where they started, before they got the football on the punt. They started this actual drive at the 48-yard line. And it's McKenna getting the call, the 6-foot senior off the left end. Picking up 4 yards down to the 16-yard line. Johnson and George on the tackles.
And they're really starting to dominate this line of scrimmage right now, because that push there was 3-4 yards down the line. And you can see 5 yards on 1st down. Man, that's a big pickup.
Engel back in at quarterback, so they're kind of doing this quarterback by committee here. And Engel's going to keep it. And diving to make that tackle for Central Valley, wearing 7 in blue, Preston Johnson, the junior, 5'11", 195 pounds.
Nice. You see Preston right there, not buying the play action fake, read his keys, saw the quarterback pull the football out, and was able to make that tackle, bringing his arms around for a loss of 2 on the play.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 after the loss of 2, as we wind down to about a minute to go in the quarter. Rolling to the right side, Engel throwing and dropping the football. Thrown a little bit too far for Benjamin Smith. And it will be 4th down. Had an opportunity there, but just a little bit overshooting Benjamin Smith on the play.
And you can see Coach Hamilton was upset on that play, because he knew he had what he wanted. The ball was behind and wasn't able to complete that pass, because you could see they were going to go for it on 4th down, just like they are now. But instead of a 4th and 2 situation, now it's 4th and 8.
Big play here early in this contest. Can the Cougars continue this drive? Engel gets the snap and moves to his left. Will throw, and coming back, nearly picking the football off. It goes incomplete. Central Valley will take over 1st down and 10 on the coverage for Central Valley, giving credit where credit is due.
1 minute left in the 1st quarter.
That was John George on the coverage, and it will be a turnover on downs, and back to work go the Warriors on offense, but they did pin them back at their own 18-yard line.
Yes, they did. And you can see George was sitting right at the sticks. He knew the receiver was going to break at the first down marker. He did a good job of closing on that football to make it incomplete and giving Central Valley the ball back.
Flags come flying in, pre-snap penalty. False start coming up against Central Valley. Nope, offsides. They got the defense to jump. 5-yard penalty. We'll give present to the Warriors of 5 yards. Tonight's Panera Bread Bowl Game of the Week also can be heard live here on the Champ Sports Network. Exclusive broadcast coverage of tonight's game. Only ones in the house.
Ooh.
Ooh is right.
Ooh, nice.
I don't need to say anything there.
Brendan DeLuca there. Ooh.
That's an Italian right there.
Hey, that's it. He was still right in the hole, and he was ready. Low center of gravity, and he exploded through that hit.
You don't mess with the Italians. Second down and 3. Climo will go from the gun. Trips tight here to the near side. And Whitehead gets the call, avoids one tackler and tries to dance around a few others. That's Pennington on the carry. Beg your pardon. And he will pick up the first down for the Warriors, moving the stick to the 29-yard line.
First down. On the tackle number 72, Brandon Quimby. 36, Brandon McKenna.
It's going to take us to the quarter. So, 12 minutes. We have no score for the second time in 4 weeks in our Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week. Central Valley at Blackhawk knotted up at nothing. Come back for quarter number 2 right here on Champs.
Championship fever with the flows I kick.
What Panera has been about since the day we began it was creating the kind of food that we wanted to serve to our own families. We wanted a place with soul. We wanted a place that was real. We start with artisan bread, handcrafted by professional bakers using fresh dough. It just tastes better. Fresh food, served on real plates with real silverware in an environment that allows you to sit and relax. Making today better is a belief that you should leave feeling better than when you came in.
Hi, I'm Charlie Batch. Here at the Best of the Batch Foundation, we know the importance of the internet.
I use it to do my homework.
We use the internet for everything.
That's why Comcast offers Internet Essentials. It brings affordable internet into homes that qualify, because your child can really succeed when you have internet in your home. So call 1-855-8-INTERNET or visit internetessentials.com.
Welcome back here on the Champ Sports Network. Back with Charlie Batch of Farago. Glad you made us a part of your Friday evening. The Week 4 experience and first down and 10 run. Jaquan Pennington will move it up to the 36-yard line on first down. A 6-yard pickup. The second down and 4 coming up.
Second down, 3.
Pretty interesting first quarter, Charlie. Blackhawk playing right with this offense and defense of Central Valley and holding their own after 12 minutes of play for sure. Rolling out is Climo, going to let it fly downfield. Got a receiver, leaping grab here on the near sideline. And on the reception for the Warriors, Dante Lucci.
You can see Climo there. Nice job. Play action pass to the right, being patient, allowing his receiver to come out of the break. Held on to the football just long enough to take the hit, but deliver the football with accuracy.
Phenomenal catch, though. Sets up first and 10 for the Warriors at the Cougar 47-yard line. Handoff off the right side. It's Pennington, and he bounced off the one down to the 30-yard line. Jaquan Pennington picking up 15 yards and a Warrior first down.
You can see Pennington off to the right-hand side there. Nice job of Nick Collins pulling around the edge. If he can get behind of his blocker there, that could have went for 6. Excuse me, not Nick Collins, Josh Collins.
One of the Collins. First down and 10. Offset eye. Climo under center and back to pass. Looking left as pressure comes. Rolling out. Going to be tough to throw, and he won't be able to. Bottled down. Nice play defensively on the stop for the Cougars. Wearing 58 in white. Brandon DeLuca. And then that's the second time we've called Mr. DeLuca's name this afternoon.
He put the penetration on because initially I thought Climo, I thought he had protection, but he felt the pressure, rolled out to the left there, and before you know it, he couldn't. The receivers are already running down the field, and he couldn't deliver rolling out to the left like that.
Second and 10, so it doesn't lose anything. And a sweep to the right side, and it's Pennington again, trying to get the corner. Pennington to the 20, and pushed out of bounds, and then an extra effort, and there comes a flag. Angle wanted to give Pennington an extra shot coming up on the track on the near side, and Pennington got away with that first shove because you didn't know if he was going to head out of bounds, but once they were, Angle gave him a second push, and that was the one that drew the flag.
That was an easy call for the ref. I mean, that's a dumb play by Angle there. I know he wanted to be aggressive, but when you get 5 yards outside of out of bounds, you can't push him out by the track, and it just made it an easy call, especially toward the home sideline.
Yeah, the fans helped with that call as well with the ooze. So half the distance will make it first down and goal from the 9-yard line. Central Valley trying to get on the board here first with 10:06 to play in the second quarter. Climo lines up under center. No, sweep right. And it's Jordan Whitehead to the pylon, diving out at the 2-yard line is Whitehead. Down to the 2. It will be second and goal from there. And for how much Whitehead is praised, he's not all of this offense, and I think that's what makes it so dangerous, that there's so many options for Central Valley to go to, whether it be on the ground or in the air.
And that starts with that line of scrimmage right there, and you can see both of them playing off of each other, and they're doing a lot of damage off to the right-hand side.
Climo from under center, hands it off, trying to get onto the end zone. And in for the Warrior touchdown is Preston Johnson, the junior, plunges in from 2 away, 7 from 2 for 6, and Central Valley is on the board first with 9:55 to play in the second quarter.
Everything was going off to the right-hand side. They ran a counter to the left. Big hole, and Johnson actually dove right in for the touchdown, and great job on that possession right there by Central Valley, driving the football field to put points on this board.
Extra point. Snap, kick, and hold are all good. That was Brody Sharovia, a senior. Give the kicker some credit for the extra point. 9:55 at 7-0. Central Valley leads Blackhawk. And you look back at what the first quarter entailed. Total of 3 first downs between the two. Blackhawk led 2 first downs to 1 in that category. They had 12 rushes for 28 yards compared to Central Valley's 4 rushes for just 9 yards. It's safe to say, Charlie, Blackhawk dominated the first quarter, Now Central Valley gets the football, and they go down and score on the first drive of the second quarter.
Right, Blackhawk dominated the first quarter of this ball game, but they weren't able to put points on the board, and that's something that you have to do against Central Valley. Central came right back, drove the football field, put 7 points, and now it seems like the first quarter is wiped out, and we're not even talking about how Blackhawk dominated that first quarter.
Sarge Albert Stadium here in Center Township, Monaca, or wherever you want to call it, where we are right now. I'm sure some call it one way. I'm sure the folks from Center call it Center, and the folks that live in Monaca call it Monaca. Of course, those two high schools merging just all of, 4 years ago to form Central Valley High School. On the bounce, fielded from the 20-yard line, far side, got rocked. On the return, Dalton Smith for the Cougars, and Dalton Smith is a freshman, and that's a welcome to the party here for him.
It was, and when I looked at that play, I'm thinking he had a lot of room to that right-hand side to return that football. Next thing you know, Brandon Wilson comes out of nowhere and makes one heck of a play.
All for Blackhawk, Charlie. They need to sustain another one of those drives that they had in the first quarter, but just finishing. And this is what we saw last week. We saw it 2 weeks ago at North Hills on, sustaining drives, taking time off the clock, but inevitably not being able to put points on the board. Throwing here to the far side, pass is completed. And on the far side, shaking off some defenders, Timothy Mancini down the far sideline, all the way down. And they will spot this out at the 46-yard line as Mancini. Zook finally knocks him out of bounds, but a great job by Mancini. Tightrope in the far sideline.
Mancini takes a 5-yard completion, turns that into 25. That's what you want to see from your receivers, yards after catch.
First and 10 as a clock winds to 9:30 here in the second. Angle stepping up in the pocket. Pressure's coming. Got spun around and will go down and actually pick up a yard before getting tossed to the turf by Luke Kluser. He's second down and 9 on the gain of 1 by Angle.
And Blackhawk is switching it up right now. They tried to run the football the entire first quarter. They came out with trying two passes right out the gate, and it's working for them because they gained 30 yards. Let's see if they can continue that trend.
Second and 9 from the 45-yard line. Cougars trail 7-0. Angle gets the snap and rolls to his right. Here comes the pressure to his right. He'll go back to his left and step up and gain another yard.
And you can see the play look, it was confusing from the beginning. You had players going to the sideline, coming back in, unsure of the play. It just wasn't a perfect setup from the beginning.
I'm glad it wasn't just me. Well, that's a fast start for Aliquippa, 16-0 against the, how about this, New Brighton leads the WPIL in scoring.
Oh, wow.
New Brighton. Can't say that again.
Yeah, nobody would imagine that at the beginning of the season.
3rd and 9 as the clock under 8 minutes. Angle the snap. Here comes the pressure. Screen play set up to the far side. It is completed out, but a quick tackle by Jordan Whitehead negates any positive yards. That pass was Andrew Podbilski, who is a member of the Best of the Batch preseason team. Podbilski,
yes, he is.
Headed to Bowling Green.
Nice. And at the Mid-American Conference. And one thing Andrew has to do there, he knows the defender's coming, and as tall as he is, he's learning how to run after the football. He has to anticipate that they're going to try to take his legs out from underneath him. Right there, if he was able to anticipate that with a stiff arm, that would allow him to continue on that play.
Well, it's 4th down, and they had the punt unit out and blew the punt dead, and a timeout was taken by Blackhawk with 7:11 to play here in quarter number 2. Panera Bread Bowl game of the week here from Central Valley, already week 4. Proudly brought to you by Panera Bread and the Best of the Batch Foundation. Yeah, that's you.
And that's you over there. I see the sign over there, Matt.
You got one too.
Your sign looks a lot better than mine.
They both look spectacular. Those Central Valley cheerleaders, I'm impressed. And there's, if I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Champ Sports Network or Panera Bread Bowl, Charlie Batch, Matt Farago signs.
That's what happened. I'm next to you. See what happened? You have 6 signs. I have 1. 1 sign. We have to figure out. So that's when I know I'm standing next to a star.
Oh, everybody got fed Panera Bread again. Pre-game, and we're very appreciative in that. 4th down to the punt unit on for the Cougars. Much better punt. Great punt, but too good. As that one ends up going through the end zone. Touchback. Central Valley will get things started back at their own 20-yard line with 7 minutes to play in the first half, leading 7-0. What surprised you this year so far? Any stories that have surprised you throughout the high school football season?
Nothing. Well, the surprising one was Woodland Hills, starting out 0-2, because nobody would imagine that. They had a tough loss against Upper St. Clair, but then having to go on the road, they lost their second one. Let's see if they can rebound, but that's probably the most surprising in Quad A, because nobody would envision Woodland Hills starting 0-2.
Yeah, and they got to win. A much-needed win. They play Plum tonight, so you have to assume they're going to get back to 500. A run here to the near side is Jordan Whitehead picking up 6 yards on the first down run. 2nd down at 4 coming up. Mancini and Dane on the tackle for the Cougars. Triple-A, Moon started out 2-0, but then got a taste of reality last week, getting beat 42-6 against West Allegheny, and that kind of Central Valley needs to finish business here tonight, but that matchup looming next week. Central Valley goes to West Allegheny. Sweep here to the right side. Again, picking off some tacklers is Jordan Whitehead. And Whitehead picking up the first down and moving it across the 30 up to the 33-yard line. DeLuca gets the tackle. 6:48 to play here in quarter number 2. Hard to believe it's week 4, though.
It is. It's flying by for sure. But, you know, it's exciting because this is when you start to get into conference play. Now people start to separate themselves from the pack.
Offset eye, Climo. The fake pitch, and then they gave it off to the fullback. And he'll pick up 5 yards. That's Johnson, who has the lone touchdown of tonight. 2nd down at 5 on the 5-yard plunge by Johnson, the fullback.
And that's what you like. A 6-yard gain on the 6-yard gain on that pickup.
I think you might be right, 6.
They're faking the pitch and coming back with the inside trap. Great play call by the offensive coordinator here.
2nd and 4 from the gun. Climo has time, gonna let it fly. A high arcing pass, coming back and sliding and making the catch. A tremendous catch on the near sideline. Anthony Williams making a fantastic highlight reel catch down at the 29-yard line.
And what I like there by Anthony, he got into his route, did a nice job of locating the football, accelerating, getting close enough to the sideline that he was able to make the catch and keep his feet in bounds.
That would have been a completed catch in any level of football. He got both feet down.
Yes, he did.
Central Valley trying to go up by 2 scores. Sweep left to Jordan Whitehead. Whitehead through a seam. Nobody catches him. Untouched. From 28 yards away, Jordan Whitehead for the Central Valley touchdown. Three from 28 for 6.
And you can see he took that pitch and he set his block up, and it was almost like he was playing Madden and he hit the speed button. He just accelerated through that hole for a 28-yard touchdown.
Extra point is through the poles and good. 5:46 to play. And yeah, he had definitely the speed burst in use on that one as Jordan Whitehead, a 28-yard touchdown run. It's 14-0 in favor of the Warriors from Central Valley. You Madden guy? You play Madden?
I used to, but then I don't. Those young guys started kicking my butt.
Did you use the Steelers or did you use someone?
No, actually, what we would do, you couldn't pick your team because that's kind of
right.
So you would actually hit the random button.
Okay.
You have to hit it 3 times. So 2 times, and then at that point, the third one, you can decide whether or not you want to use that team.
Okay.
And if not, that means the next one on the random button, you are forced to pick that team. Yes. So that's kind of how you got away with it. Because what happens? Me and you play using the same team. When you get into an argument, oh, that's my team, your team.
Right.
So that was our way to confuse. To say, you know what? I don't care. Random button. Let's see if your skills can outmatch mine by using a random team.
I could take that.
Yeah, you can't pick your which playbook you're going to use and all. Yeah, no, you pick that team and that is your team. Yes, you have to stick with it.
Okay, I respect that. That's a good way of. I'm sure there's a lot of complaining that goes along when they lose, right?
You're right.
From the 19-yard line, far side, trying to set up some blockers on the return for Central Valley. Christian Johnson, a sophomore, very youthful group at Blackhawk. Johnson, a sophomore, getting some action. Blackhawk sets up shop, first down at 10 from their own 21-yard line now.
And this is a critical drive for Blackhawk. I mean, just to get them in the game, try to get some momentum because they're not they don't have to go one-dimensional right now. They don't have to continue to throw the football. They just have to drive, run, pass, mix in those plays to put some type of points on the board on this drive.
Newcastle and Montour knotted up at 7 in more Parkway Conference action. Fake the pitch, and then they give it on the end around and got some room. That's Cody Bain. They ran that play on the opening drive of the game, and it picked up significant yards. Bain able to pick up, 8 yards on that end around. Second down at 2, just short of the 35-yard line.
And that's what you want from the Cougars. You come out, first down, get something here, because now, second down, you can go play action pass. You can try to take a shot down the field, and that still leaves you in a third and manageable situation.
Second and 2. Two-man backfield. Give it off to the second back through. He got stacked up. Going to be short of the first down sticks. That time, he's 36, Brandon McKenna. Senior got not much, or if anything, on that. 32, no gain.
Angle. Number 58, Luke Cussler.
Big third down here. They did give him one, so 3rd and 1. Off the right side, it's McKenna again. And Hill needed 1, got 3.
And that was just power football right there. Lining up, we're going to go straight ahead. We're trying to gain 2 yards, and we're going to make it. And they're still trying to set that tempo, and you can see they did a nice job on that particular 3rd and short.
I think a lot of credit needs to be given to the front hogs up front for Blackhawk. Juba, Wimley, Yeager, Dudo, Liberty, and Smith across left to right across. Robelski, also the tight end that lines up in blocking situations as well. They've done a phenomenal job on the offensive line tonight. Angle on the bootleg, pressure, got him, missed, and was able to roll to his right side, throw out of bounds. I think Angle was almost so impressed with the fact that he was able to avoid the tackle that he was a little bit too flustered to make it play downfield.
He did. He got actually, after he made that fake, he actually got caught in between whether or not he was going to run the football or throw it, and he tried to throw it late, saw a defender coming from Central Valley side, and just threw the football out of bounds. But if he ended up running the football in there, he probably could have gained 3 or 4 yards. So he just can't get indecisiveness in that particular situation. He has to go out there and literally make one decision, make it happen, and live with it.
Angle is senior, but thought he was going to be lining up as a wide receiver this year, not a quarterback. He'll throw it here to the near side, and that was too tall for Cody Bain of the play, trying to set him up on the near side. It was well tall for Bain, listed at 5'11". He would have needed to be about 6'6" to haul in that one. It will be 3rd down and 10 now after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, that was tough, but there was penetration in his face. He had to throw it over a defender, and that's something that really you've seen as last week. He was trying to throw it through the defender.
Doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and he ended up getting picked off twice. So I can live with that, throwing it over top of the defender.
Live to fight another down, in that sense. 3rd and 10 from the 38-yard line with 3:45 here in the second quarter. It's 14-0 Central Valley. Angle, here comes the pressure. Gonna throw on the comeback route, trying to hit on the near side. Benjamin Smith, incomplete. 4th down, and the Cougar special teams unit will hit the field once again.
And Engel had some time there. He rushed, he looked at the rush, thought there was more pressure than it actually was there, so the receiver wasn't out of his break. He threw the football before he really wanted to, and the result, an incomplete pass.
4th down, punt unit on. Central Valley would love to put another one in here before the break. Another nice punt. Taken and going to try to set up some blocks. Here's Jordan Whitehead. Whitehead got the 30, leaps over a defender. Jordan Whitehead leaping over a defender and getting up to the 36-yard line.
It was a nice job of getting and leaping over a defender, but it's all for naught because there was a penalty right at the sideline. And as soon as he caught the football, and you knew it was going to be either a holding or a clipping penalty right in that position. So we're going to push the football back inside the 10-yard line on this next possession for Central Valley.
Yeah, this one will march the Warriors way back. Illegal block. Way back at the 11. Yeah, they lost a ton on that one. Whitehead had returned that up to the 36-yard line.
And you can see you had 3:27 left in this second quarter. Can Central Valley drive, or can Blackhawk go 3 and out, get them the football back, and then try to put some points on this board before the half?
Sweep to the right, it's Whitehead. I beg your pardon, it's Johnson. And Johnson down the near sideline. Well, that's Pennington. Boy, man, they look all the same. Jaquan Pennington, I beg your pardon.
Pennington had some quickness there. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to turn the corner, or at least thought he was going to run out of bounds, but he was able to turn that corner and pick up some nice yardage there.
Official timeout. So the chains are going to come out to see if this is a 2nd and 1 or a 1st down.
Based off the spot, I'm thinking there's going to be a 1st down. Let's see how my eyes are in this situation.
This Saturday, or next Saturday, September 28th, the Central Valley Education Foundation will be sponsoring, along with the Senior City Women's Club, a wine and cheese event.
Don't forget to save the date. The 7th annual In the Pocket with Charlie Batch, Monday, November 11th, from 7 o'clock to 11 p.m. live from Latitude 40 in Robinson Township. Get the opportunity to play with Charlie, Steelers players, and other local celebrities. Bowling, ping pong, pool, poker, and auction. All on Monday, November 11th at Latitude 40. And the benefits of the Best of the Batch Foundation, the reading and computer literacy program. Should be a fun event.
It's going to be a fun event. We're adding bowling to the element this year. Man, it's going to be exciting.
From what I hear, you're pretty good at bowling.
I try to fool people on bowling. Pool, shooting pool, that's my game.
Okay. Gain of up to the 31-yard line before Engel makes the tackle there, and it will be a Central Valley 1st down. The they measured short. They pick up the 31 anyway, and Central Valley drive continues. Yeah, I think bowling or pull would probably be where I would be there.
Now you
or
look
maybe
like,
auction.
You look like you can bowl.
I look like I could play a mean auction. You need someone to put a ticket in a bag, I can do it. I'm your guy. Second down at 9 coming up here for Central Valley. As the clock winds, 2:30. Climo from under center. Throw it out to the far side. It is completed. Intercepted by Pennington. But Bilski makes the stop and give him 4 yards on the pass and catch.
And that's one of those quick hitting screen passes to Pennington there. Just make the defender miss and see if you can turn maybe a 5-yard gain into a 20-yard gain. Maybe even take it to the house.
It was 6, 3rd and 4. Under 2 minutes to play from the 37-yard line. Big third down coming. Sweep right side. It's Pennington on the carry. Pennington the first down, and he busted 3. Pennington to the house. 10-5 touchdown Central Valley.
There's flags on the play, so let's see if this holds up.
We will check the flags, and I think this one's coming back. Yep, holding call. Will negate the touchdown. And Charlie, I don't know what it is, but all season long with our Panera Bread Bowl game of the week, all the highlight touchdowns have been called back. Almost, I want to say every one of them.
We're getting excited, and you can just see the crowd is taken out of it when they see the penalty, and it's just a tough call because some of them are judgmental calls, and especially when you're talking about holding inside the frame with your offensive lineman there. I mean, every play can be holding, and it just happens in that particular situation. It went for a touchdown, 67 yards, and it gets called back.
Well, for Blackhawk, they have to consider themselves fortunate. 3 touchdown deficit going into the break might spell their 3rd loss of the season. With just the way that their offense works, it's just not an offense built to come back down 3 scores.
Not at all.
So after the penalty, 3rd down at 13 now from the 28-yard line. Climo back to pass, going to throw it over the middle of the field. It's caught for the first down, and he hung on after he got popped. That pass was recepted. Wearing 88, Kurt Reinstadler. Reinstadler, a sophomore, taking a lick at the 45-yard line, and what a reception by that young man.
They ran 2 verticals, put stress on the cornerback there. He was able to deliver the football up and down, right around 18 to 20 yards, and that's just a nice throw. You can see they do that all day. You're putting that stress on them. There's not much you can do with the perfect pass.
Timeout taken with 1:26 to play here in quarter number 2, 14-0. Our Panera Bread Bowl game of the week. Very interesting. I mean, this game goes one of 2 ways. If Central Valley punches this in, they get a 3-touchdown advantage, and they get the football back to begin things in the second half. How about that student section down there? They got the farm theme. That might be making fun of the folks over there from Blackhawk, but the farm theme by the Central Valley student section. I saw some straw hanging out of mouths. Oh boy, overalls. Basically, they raided your closet is what happened.
Yeah, I see. Make sure I go take some pictures with them.
Well, we got another stoppage in play here.
A false start by the offense.
5 yards, illegal procedure. Ball is moved back to midfield. First down, 15.
Make it 1st and 15 from the midfield stripe now with 1:26 to play. Ball came loose. Climo was able to pick it up and fall forward for a gain of 1 to the 49-yard line. Dangerous play there.
Well, I mean, that's not what you want coming off of a timeout. Big play, you call a timeout and you lose 5, and then you drop the ball on the snap. I mean, that's just something that can happen if you're Central Valley.
2nd and 14. Now under a minute to play in this first half of football. 14-0. Warriors leading the Cougars. Climo with the partner next to him will go back to pass. Has time. Will step up and take off and run with it. Climo to his left and got chased down from behind, but should have the first down. Finally got dragged down. Cossin chased him down from behind, but Climo, seeing nothing open downfield, decides to call his own number and picks up 16 yards in a Central Valley first down.
And that's a killer for Blackhawk right there. They had perfect coverage defensively, and when you have a quarterback scramble for 15 yards, I mean, that just, deflating to a defense.
Timeout by Central Valley with 44 seconds. We've seen a lot of great play from both of these teams tonight. We've seen some great games throughout the season already. Next week we head to McDonald, Pennsylvania for Seton LaSalle, South Fayette. And then 2 weeks away, the big one, Gateway at North Allegheny. And North Allegheny losing its first game since 2010 to a WPIAL opponent last week. Lost to Seneca Valley, which we saw that game last year, and I wouldn't have put any money on Seneca Valley beating them after what I saw from last year. But
not at all. But that goes to tell, that's why you play the game.
That's why. It's not played on paper. We're up here in the broadcast booth for that matter. Although, my football forecast, 136 and 43. Not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Climo back to pass, throwing a slant route, and some collision there. Pass was incomplete, intended for Anthony Williams. Angle and Mancini providing the coverage and the, well, I guess you could call that a Mancini sandwich there across the middle of the field.
And Anthony Williams, he's going to learn. You're going to get hit one way or another coming across that middle. You might as well make that catch.
That's bad. I couldn't resist. 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. 40 seconds now. Climo back to pass, looking right. Pressure's coming. Trying to get it away. He can't. He's sacked on the play. Brought down. Brendan DeLuca, the sophomore DeLuca. I don't know. I think DeLuca's having himself a game tonight.
He really is. Here you have 32 seconds left. I mean, Blackhawk, they're stiffening up on defense. They're pushing they're pushing Central Valley back just as you would expect in a 2-minute situation. I mean, this is really a momentum changer if Blackhawk is able to get off this field and not allow points by Central Valley.
So another timeout by Central Valley. That's their final timeout of the half with 32 seconds. Whistle this one into play, and on 3rd and 16, Charlie, with 32 seconds left, and you don't have any timeouts. First down stops the clock. Are you going for the sticks here, or are you taking a shot downfield to the end zone?
I'm taking a shot down the field, and you can see they're lining up as if they're going to throw it down the field into the end zone. But why not? Because you still get a stop at the clock if you can complete the football for a first down.
Climo will go back to pass. Throw. It is completed, and fighting for the sticks. He's going to be about a yard short. It was recepted by B.J. Powell, a sophomore, or I beg your pardon, a junior, 6'4", 155 pounds. Clock will wind down to 15 seconds. It's 4th down and 1. Climo will hand it off to the left side. It's Pennington, first down easily. Needed 1 and got 6 all the way to the 20-yard line. Clock stops momentarily with 5 seconds left. Clock will reset and start after the chains reset. They run it, and the spike with 2 seconds. And here comes the field goal unit for Central Valley.
In that last play, Pennington, he'll learn that, hey, I understand you're trying to get north and south, but in that particular situation, he had room to outrun and get out of bounds to save them a little time, and maybe now changes the thought process on whether or not they can go down the field to the end zone or a field goal. But that left them one option in this situation, which is to attempt the field goal.
And here is a field goal attempt. Oh, timeout. Joe Hamilton trying to ice the kicker maybe here.
That's what he's doing. He lucked up, actually, because the snap was high, so it looked like the timing may have been off. But we'll never know.
It's Brody Chirovio that will come on to attempt this kick. And pretty simple math here, 37-yard field goal coming up here. You're going to go down and visit the student section at halftime.
Yeah, I'm going to go down, check them out.
See what they're all about, huh?
I don't know, they may want to see you after your 6 signs that you have out there.
You had a head cutout last week.
Hey, it's a new week. That's why you're the champ.
Okay. Why not? We're just going to play a game of timeouts. You use them or lose them, so.
I just think Central Valley was just trying to piss off Blackhawk right there. I mean, there's no reason to even attempt.
The other way.
I know. Central Valley called that timeout.
No, they had no timeouts. Central Valley had no timeouts.
I'm just telling you what happened. He pointed in the wrong direction, obviously.
Blackhawk called another timeout.
Okay. He pointed on the other side.
Okay. But he got one more. Blackhawk has one more, so they can call. What are they doing?
If you're allowed to do it, it's not against the rules. You can't take that timeout to the locker room with you. You might as well use it again.
We're going to get to see another one? Nope. Kick is up and wide left. No good.
And that's
Blackhawk holds.
Blackhawk, that's big momentum booster for Blackhawk heading into the first half.
That's 24 minutes in the books, and after those 24, Central Valley puts 2 in the end zone in the second quarter to lead it 14-0 over Blackhawk. It's the Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week. 1 quarter in the books. We'll come back for the second half right here on Champs.
Charlie Batch, founder, Best of the Batch Foundation.
We're all in this together.
We don't have community centers. We don't have boys and girls clubs around here. So this right here, when you're impacting over 300 kids during a calendar year, during the summertime, I mean, it's one of those things that we're able to really make sure that we're focusing on these kids 8 weeks out of the summer, 4 days a week.
Shot!
Right there, brother!
We had more of these type of organizations, we wouldn't have that much problems, I don't think, in town.
When I'm on the basketball court, I feel like a champion.
Well, when you see the smiles on the kids' faces, that's what it's all about. Because no matter how tired I am at the end of the day, no matter how hot it is when you're dealing with the summertime, when I see those smiles, I mean, it makes it all well worth it.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
I want to thank UPMC and the Dignity and Respect campaign for all their continued support. I look forward to working with you for years to come.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
We're all in this together.
Time for dinner.
Hi folks, Matt Popshock here from the PIHL Network, and if you're looking for professional video production at the lowest price, you need to talk to Rubino Productions. From TV commercials to music videos, from marketing to live event coverage, Rubino Productions provides a wide range of video services. Hey, Rubino even does weddings. Visit them on the web at rubinoproductions.com.
And welcome back to Sarge Albert Stadium in Center Township, Pennsylvania, home of our Panera Bread Bowl Week 4 game of the week. It's the Warriors of Central Valley leading the Blackhawk Cougars 14-0 after 24 minutes. I'm Matt Farago alongside Charlie Batch, and very interesting 24 first minutes of play. Taking a look at the halftime statistics. Scoring summary, 9:55 in the second quarter. Johnson, a 2-yard run. Preston Johnson from 2 away made it 7-0. And then at 5:46 in the same quarter, it was Jordan Whitehead from 28 yards, making it 14-0. And that capped off a 5-play, 80-yard drive. The first touchdown drive, a 9-play, 82-yard drive. Both drives under 4 minutes in time. Taking a look now, Charlie, we talked in the first quarter a little bit about Blackhawk controlling that first quarter. They actually led in first downs. Well, they no longer do so. 12 first downs to 4 first downs. The rushing, 17 rushes for 41 yards for the Cougars, 21 rushes for 136 yards for the Central Valley Warriors. They put it through the air as well. Climo is 6 of 8. For 99 yards for the Warriors, while the Blackhawk passing attack, that quarterback option opportunities, they are 3 of 9 for 51 yards. Total offense, 26 plays for 92 yards for the Cougars compared to 29 plays for 235 yards for the Central Valley Warriors. The possession times, Blackhawk really did dominate possession, 14:09 compared to Central Valley's 9:51. And that really the difference. Mancini leading rusher, 7 carries for 16 yards. Very interesting statistics there as we look over things. And be interesting to see what Blackhawk is able to do in this second half of play. Big announcement for Champs Sports Network. We launch the 2013 College Football Showcase starting next weekend as California University of Pennsylvania will play IUP. Champs partnering with the All-American Bowl, one of the most prestigious Division I, II, and III All-Star games played in Minnesota at the Metrodome, All-of-America Field at the Metrodome. And all players have a chance at a roster spot at this being a part of the College Showcase. As we're underway, Central Valley to get the football. And here to the near side on the return across the 40, 45, midfield, got room. 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line before finally being pushed out of bounds. That's Brandon Wilson. And it's going to be great field position to start this second half for the Warriors, Charlie.
And that was nice patience right there because he's almost like he was walking up the field, waiting for blockers to get in front of him, dipped inside, back out to the left, and was able to get the sideline and starts him with a big return here in the third quarter.
11:49 as we just get things going here in this third quarter. The Warriors offense back to work. Climo from under center. Fake the pitch and give it off right up the middle. And it's Preston Johnson, the junior, getting the carry. Canada on the stop, but not before. Johnson picks up 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming up from the 23. And one play ran, Charlie, and they're already at the Blackhawk 23-yard line.
There it is. I mean, you can say, I can just imagine what the pep talk was coming out of the locker room there to say, let's put this team away with this opening drive.
Limo sends Whitehead in motion, and they'll give it to him on the end around, and he got the corner. 15 down to the 10 is Whitehead.
Jordan Whitehead to the 10-yard line, and a Warrior
pushed out of bounds, and it will be a Central Valley first down to the 10-yard line. It will be a 1st and goal.
Nice job on the reverse there. Sold the play action fake. Everyone thought the running back had it, but here you had the receiver coming around back from the outside in and literally puts him in at the 10-yard line here.
Climo with 2 men in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. They sweep left to Whitehead. He'll lower his shoulder. Head contact made. Down to the 7-yard line.
Tackled by Mancini.
Mancini gets credit for the tackle as we tick down under 11 minutes to play in this 3rd quarter, and Central Valley trying to put their 3rd scoring drive together on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Got great position to start it. It's a fantastic return. Looking to cap it off here on a 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Handoff up the middle, down to the 1. No, Johnson got all the way in. 7 yards away, Preston Johnson. A late signal from the official. Johnson's in, and 11 plunges in. 7 plunges in, 4-6 from 2 away. Johnson's 2nd touchdown of the night.
And that was big on this opening drive. Coming down, big return, putting them down, in really good field position. And you can see 3 plays, they're in the end zone. I mean, there was nothing at that point Blackhawk can do.
Extra point is up, and that kick is good. 10:29 to play here in the 3rd. It's 21-0. Central Valley leading Blackhawk. And Charlie, we really didn't talk much about this in the pregame, but kind of a shadow over the Central Valley program was Mark Lyons announced earlier this week that Central Valley had suspended Mark for 2 games starting next week, including that big showdown next week against West Allegheny, number 1 and 2 in the Parkway Conference, and number 2 and 3 in AAA, according to our Champ Sports Network power rankings. And he'll also miss the following week against Moon. But a very interesting scenario about contacting a player that transferred, ironically, out of the Blackhawk School District and into Central Valley, and there was contact made about possibly some athletic intent being involved. And the more interesting part about this whole situation, that it was all done internally through Central Valley's investigation and not one. The WPIL found no violation and had ruled the player in question eligible, and there was no problems as far as that was concerned.
Well, I think when you look at Central Valley, they're trying to cover all their bases. And I think when they turn around and make a statement the way that they did and say, hey, I don't care what the WPIL found. We found that it was improper. We're suspending you for 2 games, and hats off to Central Valley for making that stance when they didn't have to.
I know Executive Director of the WPIL, Tim O'Malley,
Austin Javins on the return.
A big pop there. Javins on the return for Blackhawk. But I know from that perspective, Tim O'Malley, the Executive Director of the WPIL, almost surprised by Central Valley bringing this to the WPIL's attention. There's really not many schools out there with a class to really tell on themselves, per se, for lack of a better term.
And that goes back to what the NCAA does. If you self-impose yourself, then the penalty won't be as severe.
Right.
But in this case, WPIL already said, you want to know what? There is no violation, but Central Valley went ahead and still did it. So maybe they're sending a message to every person on that coaching staff to say, hey, we're not even trying to get mixed up in anything. We're just trying to go out here and make sure that if we win, we're going out here winning with nothing holding over our heads.
It's been rough for Blackhawk. They've lost a numerous amount of players to transfer. Take you back a couple years ago, Mike Caputo was one of the best players in the WPIL. Remember when him and Russell Shell went at it for the WPIL championship. Caputo transferred to West Allegheny. You have to wonder, with all these transfers that have come out of the Blackhawk School District, how good Blackhawk would be the last couple years if they all stayed in the district.
Yeah, and I mean, you would never know, and I'm sure, people aren't happy with them because the football program should be a lot better, but they're not, and they have to live with it and to give the other players opportunity to go in here and play.
Johnson coming up to make a big tackle for a big loss. Send him all the way back. It's going to be 3rd down and long for Blackhawk coming up. But Central Valley kind of shrugging this off. I think it's a little bit weird, for lack of a better term, for Lyons to have to coach in this game and then know that he's going to be suspended. That's a little bit different, but I think the suspension came so late, it might have been unfair to pull him from the game plan as far as calling the plays and being the head man on the sideline, that it would affect the play. Almost had a sack there, but was able to dump it off to the far side. Got back to the original line of scrimmage, but nothing more than that. It will be 4th down. But I think this one all comes back to, Charlie, this happens a lot more than it's broadcasted, a lot more than it's found. I think that it's really just become a part of high school athletics, and one that a lot of people don't like, but it's kind of an evil that really is tough to prove. For one way or another, when these kids have the right to go where they want to for their education.
You're right. I mean, it's a sticky rule, but it's something that, it happens all the time, and I guess it just depends on that player's athletic ability will determine how severe things really become. So, I mean, you can't fault a parent if they're, they get a job, they move into this district or whatever. You're always going to have people who speculate as far as why or what's going on. It's just something that really it's hard to prove, but at the end of the day, hopefully people do it with a good intention and you don't have to question what else is going on.
Yeah, definitely a moral thing more than anything, and Mark's one of the good guys, one of the best coaches in the WPIL. What he's done with this program is phenomenal. And to the left side, on the carry, Jaquan Pennington.
Milky Pennington to the 47, tackled by number 5.
Pennington out to the 46-yard line. And I mean, this is just a pick your poison type of offense from Central Valley. So many facets. Climo putting the ball in the air to the receivers, and then between Johnson, Pennington, and Whitehead running the football, it's just, you really can't pick one facet to try to slow down.
Not at all, and they're doing a great job of mixing it up, keeping Blackhawk off balance.
That's Preston Johnson carrying the football for 4 more.
To the 43.
Out of the 43-yard line as the clock winds to 7:15. 21-0.
Tackled by Liberty.
Central Valley gave up 6 points to Newcastle in the opener. They have yet to give up points since then. This defense, Central Valley, is just as touted as the offense. 3rd down and 1 coming up here for the Warriors. Johnson goes in motion right to left. Sweep to the left side. Big collision there as Pennington got the give, and he'll have the 40-yard line and a 1st down for Central Valley, moving the sticks.
You can see Pennington is doing a nice job running behind Preston Johnson. You have to give Preston Johnson a lot of credit today because he's been the lead blocker in most of these carries, and you can see he's opening up holes. He opened up a hole that went 67 yards. Unfortunately, that got called back, but he is doing a phenomenal job in that backfield by opening up those holes.
And he opens them up while they're far away from the goal line, and he's punched 2 of the 3 touchdowns in himself as that pass is completed, and now spinning his way forward. Finally getting taken down. That's Jordan Whitehead on the reception.
72, Brandon Quimby.
We mentioned Climo pretty efficient, 6 of 8 coming into the half, 99 yards.
Clareton, nothing.
Clareton is currently losing. Monessen leading Clarendon, and the streak is in dire threat right now. I didn't catch the score, but I heard Clarendon nothing. I heard that play. And here's Climo running out of bounds.
Nate Climo to the 20-yard line and another Central Valley first down.
14-0. We're getting word. Monessen leading Clarendon. The winning streak of 67 could come to an end tonight. The nation's longest current winning streak in high school football.
Man, and I think they have Sunday Night Football covering their games. They were going to plan to play them at halftime of the Steeler game on Sunday. So maybe, I don't know if NBC jinxed them a little bit.
Handoff there goes to Pennington. Ducking under.
Stopped by Liberty. This week's winner.
Just short of the 15-yard line, down to the 17. Had fun at halftime?
I did. I was down there meeting your fans. And it was great to be able to have my one sign down there. Being able to take a picture in front of it, man. It was amazing.
Whole sign and bag.
Wow. Handoff. It's Johnson. Preston Johnson, the first down to the 9-yard line. That will move the sticks for the Warriors.
Tackle number 7, Tristan Stewart.
Not one side? Are you sure?
You had 6.
8-yard line.
I didn't get the student section chant. Unfortunate. They're happy to see you here at Central Valley.
They were well represented. Thank you to all of the fans down there in Central Valley. It was always exciting. It's always exciting to get a chance to go down and hang out with the guys and the females.
And run to the left side.
Milky Pennington.
That's Pennington.
Pushed out of bounds by number
5'8", 155-pound senior is Pennington. He played at Rochester before coming to Central Valley.
Salat Taylor, please come to the press box.
It's 4:24 to play here. It'll be second down and goal from the 6-yard line, and it's Central Valley trying to put on touchdown number 4 on the board. It's Whitehead, and he got stacked up.
Whitehead
on the stop for the Cougars. Cameron Hook and Brendan DeLuca. And if you're looking for a best of the batch as far as this game's concerned, Brendan DeLuca on the Blackhawk side of things playing, having quite the game.
He is. I mean, it's unfortunate that they can't get things going, and they're down in this ball game, and he's still out here playing 100%.
Sweep to the right side. Whitehead trying to get the corner and will not. Out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. It will be now 4th down and goal from the 4.
4th and goal. Nice job by Benjamin Smith by going out there and actually causing a fumble. Luckily it rolled out of bounds for Central Valley, but that was a nice job by Smith on the play.
A big 4th down here. I mean, this touchdown kind of starts to seal the deal for Central Valley if they put this one in here. If they don't, maybe it gets interesting with the score on the other side of things.
It does, and this is where I love to play the run pass option for the quarterback.
Rolling out is Climo, throwing into the end zone, and nobody was home. It's incomplete. There are no flags, and a huge goal line stand by Blackhawk. Central Valley had a chance to put this one away with the touchdown, and they unable to do so. They'll still lead 21-0.
You can see Climo. He actually was rolling to the left. He thought B.J. Powell was going to come from the backside of the end zone so he can just throw it up to him. B.J. stopped on the play. Climo thought one thing, B.J. thought another, and the pass went incomplete.
Special thanks to our press box attendant, Carl Koppel.
The first down and 10 for the Cougars. Backs against the goal line. on 1st and 10 from their own 4. And they'll pitch it to the left side. Might have lost 2 on the pitch. Gave that one off to Cody Bain, and Bain did lose 3 yards. So not something you want to do. You want to try to gain and try to get something positive when you're this close to the goal line here.
You do, and if I'm Blackhawk, maybe I just play action pass and throw one deep. Maybe you get the pass interference, 15-yard penalty, and get you out of the hole that you're in now, but it doesn't look like it. They're going to play some power football.
Angle from under center. Give it off and try to get out of the end zone. Maybe lost another. As they umpile the jerseys, that was Brandon McKenna.
Number 36, Brandon McKenna, stopped by number 16, Tyler Beatrice.
It'll be 3rd down and goal coming up.
40, Aldo Leggi. Loss of 1, 3rd down, 13.
Take the pitch and give it to Bain, Cody Bain, to carry on that wide receiver sweep. And he'll get back to the original line. It will be 4th down, and while Blackhawk was able to keep Central Valley out of the end zone, but really couldn't move the ball where they took over with the possession. So now a dangerous punting situation as Bain will line up with the backs of his heels on the back of the goal line.
And you could see that's why Central Valley went for it on 4th down there, pin them down inside the goal line. They're going to get great field position.
High snap. Bain pulls it down and gets it away to Whitehead. And here's Jordan Whitehead on the near side. 35-30, got a block. 25-20, 15-10, 5, Jordan Whitehead. Touchdown, Central Valley. 38 yards for Jordan Whitehead.
And there's a flag on the play. I mean, there's a late penalty flag. I mean, the referee, he was already past him. And once he was in the end zone, the referee threw the flag. So it was just a late call all around. And I mean, it's a judgmental call, but that was just a late flag altogether.
Yeah, it's going to be a block of the back. That's going to negate the touchdown. That's the 2nd negated touchdown for Central Valley tonight because of a penalty. And Jordan Whitehead keeps having a turnaround, and he scored 2 touchdowns that have been taken off the board.
Warriors ball, 1st and 10 on the Blackhawk 21.
Well, that last offensive series for Central Valley comes up on a turnover on downs. I'm not going to take the bet that happens again with Central Valley starting this drive at the Blackhawk 21-yard line. It's Climo under center. And we'll hand it off to Pennington. And he pinballs his way forward inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And he just went straight up the hole. He didn't get touched for 7 yards. And I mean, you got to give, going back to giving credit to the offensive line because they are really opening up the holes for Pennington. I started with Preston Johnson, the fullback, but that offensive line, definitely gets a lot of credit as well.
And give it off to Pennington. He'll dive forward, pick up the 1st down at the 10-yard line as we tick down to 35 seconds in this 3rd quarter. It's 21-0. Scoreless first quarter, 14-0 at the half, and Central Valley has since put another touchdown on the board to make it 21-0. 2 of those 3 touchdowns coming from the aforementioned Preston Johnson. We're down to 25 seconds in the 3rd.
1st and 10, Central Valley's ball on the 10-yard line.
Sweep to the left side. It's Pennington, and he trying to get to the pylon, pushed out of bounds short of it.
Pennington.
Down to the 5-yard line. Stopping the clock with 11 seconds. Second down and 4, so they could get a first down before they get the touchdown.
Tonight's 50-50 worth $750.
Handoff, and it's Johnson. Preston Johnson. The hat trick of touchdowns tonight as he finds the end zone from 4 yards away. Preston Johnson for the Central Valley touchdown.
And that's the way to reward him. He does a great job of blocking, basically the entire drive, and then feeds him inside the 5-yard line, and he makes the most of it because here it is, his 3rd touchdown on the evening.
Extra point coming up. Brody Chirovia up and good. 8 seconds to play in the quarter, 28-0. Central Valley leads Blackhawk.
Central Valley 28, Blackhawk nothing.
Central Valley well on their way for a 4-0 start, Charlie, and another one.
And it didn't come easy. You could see, tell by the score. Early in the first quarter, Blackhawk dominated early, but they were able. Central Valley was able to come back, respond, get this crowd into the game, and they were able to put 28 unanswered points up right now as they lead 28-0.
They won this game 42-14 last year in Darlington, Pennsylvania. Last night we had Thursday night football on Champs. We did City League action down at Couple Stadium. And
50-50, if you have it, please bring it to the press box. Number is 9.
The young man, Ron Brown from University Prep. How about this one? 2 weeks ago, he completed 9 passes for 468 yards. That's a WPIO and City League single game record. Last week, he went 22 of 36 and threw for 525 yards. That's a Pennsylvania high school football record.
Is that 1 week record or 2 week record?
That's a 1 week record.
Nice.
Number 3, Austin.
Also broke the record for 2 weeks. Yeah, he threw for 997 in 2 weeks, or 993.
Yeah, that's some people's season.
Right, exactly.
He's able to put that up for 2 weeks. So, it's great to see guys, specifically him, go out there and put those type of numbers up. Hopefully I get a chance to meet him soon, and want to hear about his grades. I want to see, more importantly, I want to see, how is his academics to be able to because now when you put those type of numbers out, schools are going to start calling and going to start looking, and you want to see exactly what you're capable of doing. But I think more importantly, UPrep, they obviously won the last 2 games,
right?
So they should win. They should run away with the City League.
Yeah, I think they won it back after losing in overtime last year in that game. This play will take us to the quarter.
Austin James.
3 quarters in the books. Our Panera Bread Bowl High School Football Game of the Week comes back for the final 12 after 3. Central Valley 28, Blackhawk nothing. Back on the Champs Sports Network after this.
When everyone else is going to sleep, I'm just getting up. Every night, in every bakery cafe, we bake fresh bread from fresh dough. Not because it's easy, but because that's what makes the best bread. And when it comes out of the oven, it smells so good. At Panera, baking is our passion. It's a craft and an art form. Real bread, fresh dough, done right. Making today better. It's a belief that fresh bread makes the difference.
Welcome back here to Central Valley for the 4th quarter of our Week 4 Panera Bread Bowl with Charlie Batcha, Matt Farago.
Austin
Javens gets the carry.
5, Skyler Cron.
28-0. As we get set for this final quarter of play.
KMI, Cussler Masonry, Lennon.
You gonna stay away from the South Side Sunday?
It should be a big game. Big day, actually, because you have 2 games going on. It's going to be crowded. Good day if you're local business down there.
I'm calling a 15-inning Pirate game to just completely blow everything up.
I would love to see that.
Throw here to the near side, incomplete. Pass intended for Cody Bain. Yeah.
4th down. Silver sponsors, Beaver County Commissioners, Amadeo and Spanik, Beaver County Democratic Committee, George M. Bromack Company.
Well, Preston Johnson dominated the 3rd quarter. A 7 and a 5-yard run.
Center stage,
capping off both 4-play drives, a 30-play drive and a 21-yard drive. When you're giving Central Valley not even a quarter of the football field to work with.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. 4th down, Blackhawk to punt the football. And he'll punt it out of bounds. This one kind of took an awkward run, and the punter is down for Blackhawk. Whitehead collided with him. I did not see if that was late or not.
Did not, but it looks like he's cramping up because the trainer comes right out there and immediately grabs his foot and pushes it down, and that shows signs of cramping.
Yep.
Well, he has had a long night because he's punted a lot of footballs tonight.
Dr. Gregory Brummett, First Choice Building Products, the Ambrose.
Yeah, what do you think about the black and gold? I know you participated in the DV pregame show.
Jim Ross for Judge.
What do you think about the black and gold 0-2 start?
Yeah, it's a tough start for them. They knew, they were going to try to. They were going to struggle. They're young, and this is what happens when you have a young football team as you transition. And this is not the start that they wanted, but they have a key start, a key game coming up. And it's too early. You hate to say that games are must-win, but this right here is a must-win game for them. There's no way that they can afford to go 0-3. Percentages are already behind you. It's a 12% chance. You make the playoff with the 0-2 start, let alone an 0-3 start. So this is something that they just cannot afford to do.
Oh, I think Blackhawks in the same boat. They're in jeopardy of going 1-3, and in the Parkway Conference, that's going to be very tough to come back from. Jordan Whitehead showing that he can dive over and leap over players once again. How about Jordan Whitehead? If he's not on the track team, we need to make that happen.
He needs to be a high jumper right there based off that move. Hurdled a guy, put his foot back in the ground, and accelerated. He almost broke that tackle. That's one of those ones you want to see on the highlight film, and you would love to turn around and literally slow-mo that, because that's a great highlight that you would love to see. Nice job by Whitehead there.
You're giving the cues to John Rubino, our producer, to make sure that happens.
Yes, I hope he got a really good angle.
Great production crew, as always, from Hey Rubino. Here's a pop pass and just overthrew his intended man. No quarterback in for Central Valley is John George. He's a 5'10", 160-pound sophomore junior. And he had Jeremy Steifen open on the play, but put way too much on that one, and it overshot him by a while.
He put way too much on it, and I think when you look back, that's just being on the bench in the cold, but trying to make a play happen, getting too excited, not being able to set your feet and make that throw. Hopefully he gets another chance, but that's one that you sit back and kick yourself at the end of the game because you missed an open touchdown.
2nd and 10. Hand off here to the near side, and this is Whitehead splitting the defense. Jordan Whitehead untouched, and that one will count. From 25 yards away, Jordan Whitehead, the junior, for the Central Valley touchdown.
Love his acceleration right there. I mean, he's shown it all night. And this time he finally gets in the end zone. I'm sure he's glad that he's able to get in the end zone because coach is probably patting him on the head and saying, good game, you're done for the night.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. One from 25 and the one from 28 earlier, back of the 2nd quarter. And how about Preston Johnson and Jordan Whitehead combining for all 5 Central Valley touchdowns that have, oh, by the way, all come on the ground. 10:31, and with that touchdown, that will mean we'll wind the clock. First mercy roll of the Bread Bowl season.
Never seen it. First game experiencing it with him.
Last week it was a recurring theme.
I mean, if I'm Blackhawk right now, I mean, you're frustrated, but, you know, coach has to really get his team because it's the teaching point. Or,
yeah.
You know, that you can go out here and say, look, fellas, we're down. Let me see, you know, continue to fight. And I'm going to challenge all my players and my seniors. I want you to challenge this football team because I want you to go out here because now you can take this fourth quarter and you actually can use that as momentum heading into next week's game. But you just can't put your head down and say you want to know what it's over because, yes, you're down 35-0, but 35-7 sounds a little bit better if you can put points on the board.
Yeah.
You don't want this to turn into a 42-49-0 ball game.
And I mean, you know that you can talk about what Blackhawk doesn't have. They don't have their starting quarterback. They don't have their leading rusher. Those are guys that have not been able to play tonight for injury purposes. He said, Joe Hamilton at the beginning of the game told me there's some guys on the offensive line that they don't have, which they played exceptional tonight. But I really think the difference in this game is the fact that Central Valley just got a short field too many times, and that's really been the reason why Warriors haven't put long drives together. It's been those short 4, 5, 6 play drives that have been the killers. There's a nice return for the Cougars. Jeremy McGovern.
Johnson. On the tackle, number 10, Michael Massantonio.
Well, next week, we'll dip back down to Double A to see the Seton LaSalle Rebels take on the Lions of South Fayette. Always a rivalry game. No longer the Battle of Brothers. There's now no Brumbaugh on Seton LaSalle. There is a Brumbaugh at quarterback for South Fayette. But
where's that game at next week?
South Fayette.
South Fayette, okay.
The only venue in the WPIL that has a Jumbotron. Fun fact.
I thought Pine Richland had a Jumbotron.
Not a video board.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing that next week.
Pine Richland, though, I would say those are the top 2 stadiums in the WPIL. Do you agree?
Well,
have you been to South Fayette yet?
Haven't been to South Fayette yet, no. But it's amazing when you sit back and say, okay, you're taking a AAA school and then a AA school and saying that they have the best stadium in the WPIL.
Yeah, I think you're going to be impressed. Sweep here to the near side. This is McGovern, and he got bottled up on the stop for the Navy and Carolina Blue.
And Chase Billady.
Michael Massantonio. That's a little Italian for you, the sophomore.
I'll leave that pronunciation to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Alphabet soup there. Senior. Third down and 10. Low snap. Will avoid a few tacklers in the backfield and now get pushed out of bounds. Quarterback for the Cougars, now Kyle Price, beg your pardon. Price is a 5'10" sophomore, 165 pounds. You know, it's frustrating for me to watch Joe Hamilton. I mean, I talked to him at the beginning of the at training camp, and you know, I said to him, you know, when do you hang it up? I mean, you already have the glamour and the WPIL championships and the success and the program, but he says, what else am I going to do, Matt?
Right. He was going to go to the game anyway, so he figured Matt will coach it.
5-yard penalty against Blackhawk. Illegal.
Well, you saw last week the Lions defeated your Ironman last week. Sorry, I had to bring that up again.
That's okay.
South Fayette, though, showing no mercy this week. They scored 42 points in the first quarter tonight.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, they're definitely a talented team, but I'm looking to see how Steel Valley responds. I'm waiting to get a score update.
Pickens not playing tonight. Here's a return. Made one blocker miss, and he got room. Joey Shively.
Number 15, Joey Shively.
Shively up to the 46-yard line. Short field yet again for the Warriors. 7:25 to play in regulation, 35-0. I'm interested to get an update on that Clarendon score. History may be coming to an end tonight. And NBC, who's televising the Steeler game Sunday on Sunday Night Football, is at that game.
Right, maybe they're jinxing.
Sunday Night Football jinx. Well, Steelers can't afford for there to be a jinx on Sunday night. Hand off the right side. You gonna do DVE again?
Sunday? Yes, I'll be there Sunday. We'll be at Stage AE.
Stage AE. So tune in.
Number 19, Ben Barralero, the ball carrier. Tackled by number 52, Charles Golly.
Clock winds down to 6:25.
Down 7.
Snow Rocks rolls tonight 54-0 over Olsh. There's a handoff, busting it outside. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Central Valley.
Number 19,
Ben Barralero, the junior of 5'9", 155 pounds. 43 yards for the Central Valley touchdown. Ben Barralero.
You can see he is excited. He doesn't get many opportunities. I mean, I would be excited if I was him too. And he did a nice job of accelerating down the sideline when he's pointing to his family, and you can see they are excited for him.
Barralero's a JV player. Got the call up for Friday Night Lights, and he makes the most of that opportunity.
Yes, he does. He'll make the Champ Sports highlight.
That's right. And you know what? You've talked about this. We talked about this last year. You almost like watching these guys play more because they want it so bad. They want that opportunity, that experience to taste that blue end zone for Central Valley to score on a Friday night. It's one of those things that you'll never forget.
You'll never forget it. Friday night football, I mean, that's what it's all about. Sometimes as a JV player, you don't get a chance. You dress, you watch everybody else, you just wait for your time. And you look for games like this. And I remember my sophomore year, we were loaded. We ended up winning the WPI championship that year. And every game seemed like it was 35-0 at the half. And I was able to play entire half. And that actually helped me with my experience. I lettered that year for the first time. Of course, I was excited. And it was just like the rest of my teammates who were sophomores that time. And it led us to really being experienced, as we knew we were going to lose a lot of those seniors that season, to be ready our junior year, to be ready our senior year. And I cherish those moments. And no matter what, the family's always here supporting you, whether you get in or not. But when you get those moments, man, this is what's special, because now you are now living the moment of Friday night football.
A Friday night experience, nothing like it, especially here in Western Pennsylvania and more specifically Beaver County, and just the prestige that comes with Beaver County football.
And I think the best thing when you look at Barralero, he worked hard, but tomorrow when he reads the paper, his name will be in there.
After he plays in the JV game tomorrow morning.
Man, it will be there, but he would definitely be able to say, I scored last night, and you have everybody here witnessing that, man. Congratulations to BJ.
Got this one teed up, 6:09 now, 41-0 to Central Valley leading this one. This punt or kick is muffed. and it will be a touchback. Is that one? That's the rule. Even if you touch it, if it finds its way into the end zone. And I know you don't like that rule for Blackhawks' sake, though. It worked to their advantage.
Yeah, that one worked to their advantage.
Well, Blackhawk offensively back out onto the field as the clock will wind. Handoff off the right side, and there's another nice carry.
Jeremy McGovern.
That is Jeremy McGovern. McGovern, a junior. Looking at the Parkway Conference, how things will stack up. West Allegheny and Central Valley well on their way to 4-0. Starts to their season, and they will collide Friday night on the Champs Sports Network. It won't be a Panera Bread Bowl, but it will be on Champs. The fine folks at West Allegheny, the video students, so we'll hand off here on first down, providing a video broadcast that our broadcasters will tune in on, so it should be a pretty cool deal to witness at West Allegheny Central Valley game. That game will be live video. And Moon is leading Newcastle, so Moon would be the third place team in the Parkway at 3-1.
Gain of 3, second down.
And then it was between Montour and Newcastle. The winner of that game would be the fourth spot and have that fourth, very important fourth seed in the Parkway Conference. And you know, they take 4 to the postseason, so it's going to be tough to get in the Parkway, as it is every year.
Right. And that's something, that's why you got to separate yourself, you know, this time of year, because again, you leave yourself with about 1 month to get ready for these playoffs, and you have to start playing some of your best football as you head into the middle of October.
South Fayette and Seton LaSalle both win tonight. We are going to assume with the 42-point output in the first quarter, South Fayette's going to do that. We're going to have a battle of unbeatens next week, 4-0 versus 4-0.
It's going to be it's going to be a good game. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of people's game of the week. And this is something that when people looked at the schedule, they circled it and said, hey.
Or looked at ours.
Yeah, looked at ours and said, hey, this might be it.
No, our friends from Comcast and Xfinity High School Sports will be also there next week. Back to pass, and then the draw play. Ball. No, he was able to hang on to that. Jeremy McGovern got popped, though.
Jeremy McGovern tackled
on the tackle.
25,
Saad Jaber. That's a sophomore. And you can hear maybe the fan sections, you know, mom and dad cheering for that one chance of hearing their son's name called over the PA system here on Friday night as a sophomore.
It doesn't matter if the first quarter or the fourth quarter. He had a chance to play, and he made a big play right there with a huge hit.
Back to pass. Will throw, and it is incomplete. Fourth down coming up. 2:35 as we'll wind it.
Is incomplete, fourth down.
Very terrible news that we heard after last Friday. One of the best players in the WPIL, Shai McKenzie from Washington, done for the year, an ACL tear. And the Washington Little Prixies definitely going to miss him, as is all of the WPIL that likes high school football. He was well on his way to breaking some records, and just an unfortunate, you hate to see any player go down and get hurt, but one of his caliber, it even softens the blow even more.
It does. You know, it's a huge blow for Washington, but more importantly, Shai, you know, you go out there, get healthy, you know, that rehab, take it serious, because you definitely can get back and play. And again, you know, making sure that you can get that knee back right. And you know, ACL injuries, you know, people do come back. And it used to take something. Yeah, at one point it used to end people's careers. Then it went down to about a year, and you see people now coming back in about 8 months.
Yeah.
So you know, he's young enough that he'll be able to bounce back, and we all wish you the best of luck in your recovery.
And he still has, it will be interesting to see how many Division I offers stay on the table. University of Pittsburgh, I don't think backs off at all.
No.
But there's some Florida schools. Florida State was interested. Arkansas interested. Will be interesting to see, do they stick with Shy or do they shy away from him?
No, I think everybody sticks with him. He's young enough that they can turn around now, look back and say, hey, he's going to rehab. Monitor that rehab, because by the time he actually comes to signing date, which would be February, he'll already be up and running. He should be able to run to at least show people, hey, I'm ahead of schedule, and people will feel comfortable as they turn around and sign him. But they still can use, if they don't want to play him the very first year, they still can use the first year as a red shirt that he can turn around and rehab during that time as well. But either way, I think he'll be ready to play next season.
Nicholas Stockel on the carry for Central Valley as under 2 minutes to play.
Number 32.
Want to mention again, keep on Batch Foundation, batchfoundation.org for the best of the Batch Foundation and what they do. You guys continue to be busy.
1 minute, 10 seconds left in the game.
Handoff right up the middle. Well, the Warriors are number 3 in our power rankings, and West Allegheny is number 1. And Thomas Jefferson splits the difference at number 2. But both teams shutout victories. West Allegheny won tonight 55-0 over Hopewell, just down the street. So
they're probably listening to that scoreboard and they're trying to put more points up than what Central Valley is. But again, people, they both teams played well tonight. When you look back at next week's game, one thing they didn't want to do was overlook this opponent this week in anticipation for next week.
Should be the final play of the game, and it's a sweep to the right side, and then cut back, and he got roped. There he goes, 30. 35-40 and tossed down.
Number 22.
On the carry for Central Valley, Cal Green. He's a sophomore. Green, 5'9", $145, dripping wet. But that's going to mark the end of this one. Central Valley makes a Parkway Conference statement as they defeat Blackhawk here tonight, 41-0. And you have to wonder if Blackhawk has all their key cogs, how much closer of a game this is, but an answer that we won't have the answer to as Central Valley rolls 41-0.
Yeah, we'll never know that answer, but Central Valley, they're a very tough football team, playing here at home, and they always want to defend their home turf, which they did tonight, and they played very well.
It was Preston Johnson starting the scoring on a 2-yard run, then a 28-yard run by Whitehead. Johnson in the second half had 2 more touchdowns of 7 and 5 yards. And then it was Jordan Whitehead from 25 this time. And then it was capping things off. Ben Barolero, the junior, gets into the end zone to make it 41-0 as the Warriors roll over the Cougars in our Panera Bread Bowl game of the week. Central Valley improves to 4-0. They have a showdown we were expecting at the beginning of the season against 4-0 West Allegheny next week, and they're going to be out without their head coach. Does that play a factor in the game next week in Imperial?
No, I don't think it plays that big of a deal because they already preparing for it. They knew earlier in this week it was going to happen, so now you better believe in this whole transition period that they're going to turn around now and be ready for next week. So they'll have all the ingredients in place because coach can't be there.
For Blackhawk, they moved to 1-3 on the season. They definitely need to regain and recompose themselves. There's still a lot of football to be played in the Parkway Conference, and they're not out of it. They have a long hill to climb, but they're not out of it.
No, they're not out of it. This is something still early in the season, and you want to make sure that, when you review this film, you're supposed to, after this game, be upset. You're at home upset, but when you have a chance to review the film tomorrow, come Monday, take the emotions out of it, go out here and figure out how you can get better and correct those mistakes. And if you do that, that'll get you ready for next week. And go out there and you want to play better and show that you want to know what, this was just a fluke tonight.
Final score here tonight, Central Valley 41, Blackhawk nothing. Charlie, it's a pleasure as always. We'll do it all over again next Friday night.
Yes, sir.
South Fayette, St. LaSalle, Rebels and Lions, get ready. Panera Bread Bowls roll into your town next. But that's going to wrap up our coverage for week 4 of the WPIL, our Panera Bread Bowl, presented by the Best of the Batch Foundation right here on the Champ Sports Network. Thanks so much for listening. For Charlie Batch, John Rubino, Bill Pinciardi, Mike Mangan, Tasha Batch, Jeff Wink, I'm Matt Fargo. Thanks so much. Tasha does a lot, Charlie. Don't give me that look. This has been a presentation of the Champ Sports Network, where champions are heard. Until next time, everybody, good night from Central Valley. Charlie Batch joining us for the broadcast of this call. Thanks for joining us. This should be a good one.